Hi, I'm Lisa Leiter. In Chicago Business Today, Chicago's suit makers. Power suits are not just made in America, they are made here in Chicago. Both Hartmarx and Oxford Clothes turn out tailor-made jackets and pants at their Chicago factories. The companies have benefited lately from a burst of publicity. President Obama favors hard Schaffner Mark suits, and former Governor Rod Blagojevich infamously spent more than $200,000 outfitting himself at Oxford. The attention, though, has not done much to change the faded picture of the suit business, hit hard in recent years by a more casual workplace and older longtime customers who are dying off. Oxford Clothes recently lost its top talent to hometown rival Hartmarx. Last year, the company's president went to run Hartmarx brand Hickey Freeman, and then in April, his replacement joined him there. Sid Shapiro is the owner of Sid Jerome, a menswear retailer in the Loop, in business for 52 years.
They obviously understand that the direction of the whole market is going young and young ideas. And they had enough experience at Oxford to transmit that into what they're doing now for Hickey.
Hartmarx is launching new Hickey Freeman designs and brought in menswear designer Joseph Aboud as chief creative officer. Hickey is also launching a high-profile ad campaign shot by Annie Leibovitz featuring True Blood's Alexander Skarsgård. Oxford, on the other hand, prefers to stay out of the glossy pages of GQ, but still wants to attract younger customers.
Most of our, older clients have been CEOs, the president, CEOs of companies, and the top 2% of the guys. So they probably don't go for all your glossy ads. They probably don't even look at GQ. So I think we have to find other ways to find clients.
Stover says he plans to market on blogs, Facebook, and Twitter. He'll have to find younger men, though, willing to pay for Oxford's craftsmanship. Hickey suits go for about $1,500, while Oxford's typically start at $4,000. Oxford recently debuted a line that starts at about $2,500, with less hand sewing to try to appeal to the younger set.
They put in a regular machine curtain in there. By doing that, they've eliminated a major cost.
Shapiro says the 1220 line has been selling well, and Oxford says its sales have increased about 10% in recent months and are on track to hit about $20 million this year, down from about $50 million annually in the 1950s heyday. Hartmarx sales dropped 12% in 2008 to $493 million. That was the year before it filed for bankruptcy. And then last year, the company was renamed HMX after being bought by a British private equity firm. Oxford and Hartmarx suits may both be made in Chicago, but comparing them, Sid Shapiro says, is like comparing apples and oranges.
When you get into Oxford, the buttonholes are made by hand. The interior is sewn by hand. The pants are hand-topped. The whole difference in make. It's like you buy a Ford when you can only afford a Ford. As your wealth increases, you want to buy a Cadillac, and then maybe you go to a Mercedes. So that's the difference in clothing. There's an appreciation for the finer things, and as people progress, that's what happens.
Nationwide, suit sales rose more than 4% for the year ending in May, according to NPD Group, even as overall men's clothing sales dropped. But total suit sales of $2.4 billion is still well below the peak hit in the early 1990s. Well, that's this edition of Chicago Business Today. For more on this story, be sure to check out this week's print edition of Crain's or chicagobusiness.com. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.